Then in the back one now.
That was in the back one. So, but I take when you're talking about
shifting it to suit what you're going to do.
yeah, when you're talking about your lap there, punch from here. Now, if I'm here, then I can use my stance this way. I can sit down and use the energy because I'm coming in this way.
You've got everything in it.
So I'm rotating around here. So I can pull in here as a stop. If I'm out this way, so from this position, I'm having to stretch. So I'm weak because I'm outside the lane. I'm not in a good position.
Yeah.
I'm in a bad position to use strength on a farmer. So you're weak. So it's about feeling where you can and where you can't. This is where you're going to search. This is where you're going to investigate your own techniques. To understand what your balance is doing, how you coordinate it, where you feel weak and where you feel strong. This is what you've got to be doing.
Of course, analyse yourself.
Yeah.
When you're actually doing things.
So when you're actually moving, you've got to understand the relationship of energy with your stance.
Yeah.
Your stance is about your ability to be balanced, all coordinated, but strength of structure.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at any sort of technique, whether it's a sort of from so like kicking or lifting,
You've got to know the structure.
you got to understand where your energy comes from,
How it's getting there.
how it's getting there, what you're doing. When you're looking at all these, you're talking about it's a positional thing of body and body position.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at. You're looking at your ability to understand your body movement.
When you're strong, when you're weak.
Yeah. The balance as such is not particularly... This is when you talk about balance in different ways. You can see your movement balance.
Yeah.
If it's smooth.
Yeah, right. So it's not like you.
That's it. It's so you're in control.
Yeah.
So you can
feel
use...
strong in everything you're doing.
That's it.
You've got so much sense of balance and weight distribution.
Well, that's it. So what you're looking at is really that your body's in control. We call that balance. So that's balance as such.
So you're moving forward.
Movement on from that is a balanced movement. You're moving forward. So you've got to be very careful about the terminology that you're using and how you're using balance, how you're using coordination.
In case you understand it wrong.
Well, that's it. It's the concept that you're trying to understand. So you've got to be very, very firm in your
And when you pinpoint when you exactly what you're trying to
yeah.
say.
You've got to keep it, what you're looking at specifically.
Right.
But balanced movements as such, what we say makes it smooth on from that. So you're not feel as though you're thrown up. And that's why when you're looking at your turning, if you shift, you can turn. You shift and you turn.
So you turn too
you
far
shift,
out.
you turn. If you throw yourself across,
Spin it up.
and your weight's going one way, and you're turning, and that's no good because you're throwing yourself across. You're throwing yourself across. You're throwing yourself across. And that's where what you're trying to do. You're not producing the right sort of energy. You're either going from your leg and driving out, from the foot out,
Like drilling
from
out
the
from the
foot
floor.
out, or from out you're coming back in, back in, back in, going out or back in. So again, you're feeling, your body's feeling how that's it. So it's nice and balanced.
Right.
That the movement is something that you're comfortable with. That you're not falling over when you're doing it.
Feeling
You're in
well.
control. Yeah, driving out, sinking back, driving out, feeling it, use up off the floor.
Where is more felt the outer control feeling? Is it more felt when you attack or when you're being attacked? Is it more felt when the person's coming at you or when you're going towards the person?
It tend to be more when you're being attacked because you're being, unless you're...
Is it stress as you're attacking? That'll, you know, like, you're going to switch yourself from that.
Well, I know. If you...
the first move. You know what I mean, what I'm trying to
I know
say?
what you're saying, but the thing is, it really shouldn't be either.
But you should be able to deal with both.
Yeah. But I know what you're saying.
You're good at defending, no good at a time.
Generally speaking, though, it will be when you're defending yourself, because you're unsure of what's coming in, so you might move into the right position. So if a punch comes in, and I'm like, step right in, I might be here, so I'm not in a very strong position or something like that. So I'll stop you, but I'm
Put yourself in a weaker position.
what I should have been punch, step in, is to shift into a position.
Aye.
Well, and then usually there's no point being squashed up. If I'm making a decision to attack, I should really be stepping into a position to attack. You could find yourself in a difficult situation. If I step up, you step in, as I'm stepping in, now I could find myself in a position over here. But then you've got to be able to adapt and change.
Yeah,
So it's not
really the self-raising that happens at the time, that's
Yeah.
really, isn't it?
when it's not the thing about the question, you're panicking.
Aye. Is there any way in which you can feel the necessity to change technique without panic? Or is it panic or don't panic? Is it either?
You
You either
shouldn't
panic or you don't
panic.
panic?
That's what a Tjwc has given you.
Aye.
Oh, from I mean,
Confidence
it's doubt.
over
It's
yourself.
just doubt. It's just doubt. It's just doubt. I mean, all you're doing is hand technique.
That's right.
I mean, there's nothing there to panic about. If I want to do it, it's just whatever. It's just flop. Flop. You got to do a hand, haven't you?
Aye.
So things happen. Whatever. Your hands just move, isn't it? You know what's coming.
I know what you mean.
So it's not something, you're training yourself not to panic.
Aye, that's
You
right.
shouldn't be panicking.
You're trying to deal.
All you're doing is panicking. You panic. What is panic? Panic is when you
You can't deal with the situation.
you haven't got the knowledge or the understanding that you're the situation.
Aye. That's right, you haven't got the knowledge.
So your mind freezes
Yeah.
because you don't understand the situation.
It's like a mental block kind of.
You get a mental block.
Mm.
Everything just grinds to a halt.
Aye,
Because you
you're
haven't.
being hit, you're not thinking.
That's it. So what your Tjwc is there to do is to give you the experiences.
Aye.
So if something happens, bang, you bang,
You have to be affected by it.
That's it. You're not thinking.
You just stay one balance.
That's it. Yeah, your mind's balanced.
Aye.
So it's more, you're in control.
It's like confidence, right? I mean,
Yeah.
two things.
It's not right, is it confidence?
Well, it's confidence
To a
of
certain extent. I know but it's more than the fact that you've got the previous knowledge to deal with the situation.
Yeah.
So all it is, it's going to be, oh, I recognise that, I'll do this.
Oh, I see.
Because you've got the knowledge how to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's when you come up against something that you haven't come across.
Oh, it's like a new thing.
It's new. That's when the panic starts to come.
Aye. That's right.
So it's where that
Like if you're rolling with somebody who hasn't seen a technique before, it really stands out. The technique, because you haven't dealt with it, you haven't come across it. They're finding it hard to deal with, but it's a new thing. When it's something, a technique that you regularly practice, you know, when it comes, this is what you do.
And so that's what your Tjwc gives you. It gives you the previous knowledge. So when you come up, when something happens, you do it.
Right.
You don't have to think, you know.